Dear Animal Crossing, my first encounter with the series was City Folk on the Wii U, and I didn't get very far. I was probably 11 when I rented the game from Blockbuster, but instead of playing for the week-long trial, I only played for an hour. I didn't even get as far as donning my apron before it had to be returned, losing the chance to understand you and what you were. I probably wouldn't have liked the game at that age anyway. During those times, I was really into Lego games, especially Lego Batman and Harry Potter. But Animal Crossing just wasn't for me, so I was completely lost playing and trying to figure out what the hell this game was, and I just returned the game and never looked back. While City Folk was technically my first Animal Crossing game, I didn't experience you until late into New Leaf's life. I was tardy getting a 3DS, 15 years old and walking into GameStop after Christmas, proudly clutching my gift card. There was enough money on that card for a used 3DS and New Leaf. I wanted New Leaf over Ace Attorney and Pokemon because game reviewers adored that game. I wanted to see what the hype was about and quickly didn't understand it. When I played New Leaf, I was met with the same confusion as City Folk. At least I was able to build a house and fall into pits, but I remember disliking the game because it ran in real time, a mechanic that other games have worn my patience very thin on. I cheated, got yelled at by Mr. Rossetti, and never did it again. Also, I should probably use this point in the script to say, hi, my name is Ari, and sadly my camera battery died, so I'm afraid you will not have the luxury of staring at my ugly mug for the duration of this video. Also, this is totally a me video. I'm just making this video for me and my entertainment, and if you don't want to see me drone on about Animal Crossing and why I love and appreciate this game, then this is probably going to be the point where you're going to want to check out now. So with that being said, let's continue with this video. When playing New Leaf, I tried playing it like how I saw the internet play, talking to villagers, donating to the museum, buying and selling items for my house, and paying debt, but I was so bored by the slow, monotonous, tedious, grinding life sim. It just felt so stupid. I was playing this game to escape life, not be sucked back into long days where I hated everything. The most fun I had was building the snowman family, but that was it. I was done with the game. I felt like I wasted my money. I had better to play on the system. Next year Sun and Moon would be out, and until then I had Zelda to entertain me. So I left New Leaf to collect dust. It was well over 6 months later when my mind was changed. I was watching a video by Jordan. He changes his channel name a lot nowadays, but back then he went by Jordan underneath and made reviews. Now he makes these amazing surreal videos that are super creative and I highly recommend them. Back then, I was binging all of his reviews at the time, and strangely, my favorite one was on New Leaf. There's a portion of the video where he talks about playing the game during his insomnia and how it really helped with his depression and anxiety. And this portion of the video really connected with me because I was also extremely depressed and suffered from insomnia as a symptom of it. Maybe like Jordan, my remedy was hidden in a game I grew to dislike. The next time I had insomnia and I didn't feel like watching anime, I grabbed my 3DS and played Animal Crossing. One of the first things I found was a note I left from my future self, wishing I would enjoy the game by now. It was long after midnight and the shops were closed, some villagers were still up and asking why the hell I wasn't sleeping. I decided to try and play the game the best I could. I weeded, roamed my tiny house, caught fish and bugs, gathered fossils, talked to bladders, and roamed the bear museum, and I noticed that I felt oddly at peace. The quiet hum of the soundtrack, bareness of the town, and stillness of the night, these were things I hated about the game when I started playing, but instead, I was enjoying it. I continued to play NL on those insomnia-plagued nights, and when I did, things started to get a little better. Those nights, especially the rainy ones, didn't feel so lonely, and I started to fall into the slow pace of the game. I wondered what I was missing during the day. What characters did these shops contain? How could I finally meet KK Slider? What could I only experience during the daytime? And soon, that's what I started to do. When I had the chance, I played during the day, and I was on a mission to figure out what I was missing. I got to know Tim Timmy and Tommy and upgraded Nook's Cranny. I became friendly with Isabelle and Blathers. I gathered reactions and used in the party when KK was in town. I didn't understand the villagers. I didn't grow to like any of them either, but I did run errands for them. I began to learn the secrets of the game, like how to get mannequins, which I needed to display my Nintendo cosplay. This was how I got to know Stable and Mabel, and I don't remember much encountering Label. Meeting Brewster was my favorite part. I would just sit there with him, talking to him, and yes, I kept losing my job because I wasn't consistent, but Brewster was the character I got to know not because I wanted stuff, but because I just wanted to get to know him. I found out about visiting the island after 5 and started to make bank on those bugs. I was paying off loans and was building up an arcade in my basement, and I noticed that when I played this game, things just seemed better. I no longer minded the slowness of the game, instead allowing myself to fall into it. I learned to appreciate ACNL for what it was. Not only that, but I began to view the game as a companion. New Leaf was turning into a friend, a place I could go when I needed to cheer up. Eventually, I left my town. My insomnia disappeared, probably because it was replaced with anemia. I left school and became a broken unemployed adult. Pokemon and Ace Attorney took over my life more and more, and so much time has passed, I became afraid of facing my town and villagers again, and I still am. But still, whenever I look at New Leaf or see fan art or appreciation for the series, I can't help but remember and thank that game for what it's done for me. I'm not the first to say that Animal Crossing helped me with my depression, nor will I be the last. It wasn't a cure-all, but it was a remedy, a companion for this lonely girl who could never talk about her feelings and had no reason to be depressed and suicidal, and was kind of losing my fucking mind because I kept being ridiculed and still kind of am because, oh, you have no reason to be depressed, is suicidal and blah blah blah. Yeah, okay, fuck you too, Karen. I was drawing fan art of this game, listening to the music often. I may have not been playing New Leaf anymore, but I remembered the feeling of being there in that game in my town. It wouldn't leave me. So it should be safe to say that was the reason I literally cried and died when New Horizons was shown at E3. I think editor Nick has a video of my reaction up on that, but at that moment, it was like everything came back to me. All of those feelings of New Leaf transformed into joy, pure and simple joy, which was an emotion that I definitely felt when playing New Leaf, but it was just so inflated, like this big balloon that just burst as soon as I saw the game. I never thought that I would miss Tom Nook, but just seeing his face made me want to sob alone. Then in later trailers, seeing Isabelle literally made me scream out loud. And there were people around who immediately shut the hell up when they heard me scream, but I don't care because I was just so happy. So fuck you, let me be happy. And then there were all the new features, going from Mare to having your own island where you can completely control its development. The crafting and the DIYs alone made me lose my fucking shit as soon as I saw it. There were spiders who could knock you the fuck out, construction tools, and of course you have Gulliver because it's not Animal Crossing without Gulliver. And oh my god, the game looks so pretty. Of course the game was delayed, but that only built my excitement. I too wanted New Horizons to be the best it could be and play it for a very, very long time. I'm always more than happy when games get delayed so the devs aren't worked into the ground, but with Animal Crossing it was more special than Breath of the Wild 2, than a third season of Noragami. Even an Auron remake wouldn't compare to Animal Crossing being delayed 10 times just so it could be amazing. So here we are now, 6 months into this game, and I've played almost daily and I'm still not bored. The feelings I've gotten from New Leaf are still there, but they've only evolved. The new gameplay makes me feel more in control and more free. I love being told, hey, just go fucking nuts and have fun. This time when I wander around town, it's more personal. Like, I placed that house instead of having villagers move onto my flowers. I built these shops, transforming this area into my marketplace. This little area was once a pool and I didn't like it, so I tore it down and left it there for a bit until deciding to turn it into a little yoga studio. And I still don't know what I'm doing with it. And no, that's not because my villagers will continue to do yoga in front of town hall and I can't join. Thanks. And every time I walk through my museum garden, I cry because it's so incomplete without the fake statues because Red won't visit my island. He only comes once every month. Thanks, Red. I don't play the game in the middle of the night anymore because I fucking need sleep and I honestly don't want to. I've played around midnight before because I had trouble sleeping, and it wasn't the same compared to playing during the day when the villagers are out and the shops are open and I can get some sun while staying out of the sun like the loser I am. New Horizons certainly isn't without fault. What the game excels at is gameplay. It's never a chore to dig fossils or catch bugs and fish. Hands down, what makes New Horizon the best entry in the series for many fans is the freedom of building your own island however you want from scratch. Where New Horizons falls flat, however, is the quality of life. Look, yes, I can contribute to the internet's broken record of the lack of a mini button, but my biggest issue was with the villagers. I love you, Audie, but I don't like how you sound like every other preppy villager in the game. Olive, June, didn't you tell me about these books before? I adore my favorite villagers, I do, but I wish they were more organic. Them sitting in the sun, working out, doing yoga, I love that. That's great, keep that. But I wish they would actually acknowledge you when you visit them after they invite you over. I wish they could visit you and give you more chores and errands again. I want to have tea and picnics with them. I want them to do the same with each other. And look, I get it. This game has over 400 characters and shortcuts will be made. You can't write unique dialogue for all of them. It's not possible without having dozens of writers. But damn, I just really miss having my NPC friends visit me. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is because, well, again, I'm making this video for me. This is a total me video. I'm not sorry. But it's also to say that Animal Crossing is still my mental health game. I've never played a game that's made me feel so good about myself than Animal Crossing. When people say that this game is literal therapy, we mean it. Oh my god, do we mean it? Because Animal Crossing was always a game that was meant to be played a little bit every day. Just 30 minutes or so. That's all you need and you're done. And the point of New Horizons isn't to build this fucking elaborate island with trains and bridges and entire fucking remakes of Spirited Away. Jesus Christ, how do you do it? The point of Animal Crossing is to just chill out. There's a reason why this game is run the way it does and was made the way that it is. So for the past few days, I've been really fucking depressed. Between going back to school to advance my medical career, studying for a license that I possess but still don't have in my hands, being unemployed thanks to COVID and shoddy management, just trying to find a school to advance said medical career and studying for those tests, and just feeling shitty because I'm in a shitty environment with shitty people. It's hard. I want to run away a lot, and sometimes I just go to bed super angry thinking about how much I want to run away and how much I just want to sleep like the death and never wake up. And last night's was one of those nights. I felt pretty ready to draw blood, I'm not gonna lie. Yet every morning I wake up at 6:45 and I wanted to lay in bed and just let my bed take over, but I got up because of the power of coffee and because I had a stupid English class. And during that class, I made fudge. And after that class, I decided to ride my bike to the store and buy some vitamins because I fell off my vitamin routine and thought maybe that will help me feel better and improve my health, especially with my depression season known as fall and winter coming around the corner as summer is ending. And I came back, found out my camera battery was dead, and I didn't have a problem with it. I thought about all of the scholarships I would have to apply for, the tests that I have to study for Saturday that determines if I get into the school or not, and I didn't have a problem with it. And I don't know if that's because I've bettered my health and my emotions, or because I'm finally alone today, away from the toxic people that I unfortunately live with, and I can finally record this video and work on it, and I'm so excited to finally be working on this video before I go on to bigger projects. I don't know. I don't know why I feel so much better today than I did yesterday, but I do know this. Over the past few days, sitting down for 30 minutes to an hour recording myself play Animal Crossing was the happiest I felt over the past couple of days. It's kind of hard to find fulfillment in things sometimes. Like, I'm volunteering into a clinic to try and gain admission into school, and it's been great, and I've learned so many things, but I haven't walked away very happy. And I've made bread and brownies that I've really enjoyed, but I haven't really felt much accomplishment towards it. The only other time I've been really happy the past few days was by talking to my grandma and seeing her face for the first time in weeks, because I've been so busy trying to get my life in order. And when she left, I felt a little bit brighter. Little moments like those really help improve my mood. Walking, drinking water, going on a bike ride, seeing grandma, most of all, really helps improve my mood, and I don't realize it until afterwards. But the one thing I instantly recognize is the gratifying feeling of doing something that you love. When I'm really sad, I like to blast classic rock and play Animal Crossing. And that's what I did over the past couple of days to record the gameplay for this video, and doing those things made me feel so good. Playing a game, listening to good music, and recording and being productive for this video, because yay, I can't believe I get to play one of my favorite video games, and it's a form of productivity. And I think that's the really important thing people should take away from a game like Animal Crossing if you love it just as much as I do. The importance of taking just a little bit of time a day to yourself. And that's something I have a hard time doing sometimes. I'm always working, always studying, and I'm always so scared about things like getting into a program or training or having the funds for school. But 10 to 30 to an hour to an entire day can drastically improve our mood and our mental health. Reading a book or a comic that we really enjoy, doing yoga, baking, taking a walk, playing with our pets, riding a bike, those things can really help us throughout the day. And Animal Crossing is the prime example of that. The reason why so many people love this game, the reason why we call it therapy, the reason why it makes us so happy is because this game is warm. It is calm and cozy and peaceful and quiet. It is like your favorite blanket on a fall day with a tea and a book. You know, we're in that season, so I guess I have to make an analogy of that aesthetic, even though I fucking hate fall. Anyway, Animal Crossing is a hug. A big, warm, cozy, comfortable, personal hug. And sometimes when I need that hug and I embrace its warmth, I remember to just take a little bit of time. It's okay to miss one task or two throughout the day, because it isn't good to stress out. It isn't good for our health. Games like Animal Crossing reminds us of what we need to remain whole and sane and happy and healthy. Good friends, a quiet day, a sense of accomplishment, things like that. Kind of like my broken and incomplete island. It's okay that it's broken and incomplete, because I'm gonna build it up and I'm gonna make it more personal later. But for now, everything is perfect, and everything is perfect because everything is chill and it's quiet and calm. Even if the world is burning outside, there's always peace among the storm. I don't know, right now I'm just rambling because I've gone completely off script and I'm just speaking from the heart and from the memories of playing this game. But either take it or don't from some idiot on the internet or someone who's trying to get into the rehabilitation field. Things are going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. It may or may not work itself out because you have to work things out. But work isn't everything. Work can be long, tedious, tiring, and stressful, but sometimes you need to put in a little bit of work. Other times you just need 30 minutes a day to breathe. And that's what Animal Crossing reminds me of. And that's my biggest takeaway from a game like Animal Crossing. To just breathe and to try and find peace among the storm. So, hey, Animal Crossing, thanks. I love you. Hey y'all, so I want to take a couple minutes at the end of this very weird and I don't know what video to quickly promote Editor Nick's blog Unboxed. I feel like now's kind of a good time to do it, seeing how this is a video game video and I don't talk about those here on my channel, but I do talk about them on Editor Nick's blog where I am a contributor. He's looking for contributors at the moment and my life is very busy, so I don't contribute as much as I used to. But if you would like to see more of me and read some articles that I've written over there, then I have a couple up. My latest is a review of the game Death and Taxes, but I also have opinion pieces and other articles like reminiscing over Catherine and talking about Cookie Mama. And I also wrote an article about me playing the Yandere Simulator demo for 10 minutes and it making me literally sick. But Editor Nick does the bulk work for the site and he really carries it. It's kind of his main thing and his baby right now, while for me it's a side project. He's still helping out with the channel. He's helped out a ton with some of the past videos like the Agresco video, along with making thumbnails and whatnot. But I would seriously appreciate it if you would go down to the description right now, check out his links, go to his YouTube channel, and to please support the new Unboxed blog. I am trying to write some more Animal Crossing articles on the blog as well. I just haven't been able to sit down and get them up with all the work I'm doing on the channel and with life getting in the way. But if any of this stuff sounds interesting to you, then please go over and check out and support Unboxed. Until then, I have a date with fate. It's you and me now, Saber. It's you and me.